Welcome to the Spiritual AF Life podcast, a magical place where your host, Heather Danielle, psychic medium, will bring the mystical woo-woo world down to earth in practical ways. Tune in every Monday for your weekly reading and on Wednesdays to hear fascinating conversations with spiritual experts, uplifting stories, and deep dives into the metaphysical world, all to help you tap into the invisible guidance that's all around you. It's time to start living a spiritual AF life. Get cozy, the conversation is starting now.
Hey, welcome back to this week's reading. So today I am going to be using the Energy and Spirit Oracle by Sandra Ann Taylor. I do really love this deck. I don't use it a lot. I don't think I do anyways, so I can't wait to dive in. But before I do, I just want to make sure that you are on my email list, because on Fridays I send out an email and there's been some really important stuff that's going on that I've been sending out. And then I also want to make sure that you're in the Rise into Your Power group. So if you are on Facebook, type in Rise into Your Power group or click the link in the show notes, and then that will take you to the Facebook group. It's completely free and it's a lot of fun, because when you are in this group and you're on my email list, then you get like the first dibs to anything free that I'm doing, like how I was doing the free destiny reports and stuff like that for everybody. And you can get up to date. And also in the emails on Friday, you get the free reading for the weekend. So that is an exclusive reading for just the people who are on that email list. And I want to make sure too that you have already signed up for the Spiritual AF library. I'm pretty sure you have, because I have no idea why you wouldn't. The Spiritual AF library is just full of goodness. We're talking about ebooks and free classes and courses on being an empath, on going ahead, overcoming your spiritual fears, and then also so many of them, like meditation alternatives, card readings, all this kinds of things. So definitely make sure you're taking advantage of the Spiritual AF library. So as you could hear, I went ahead and I was shuffling the deck to see, okay, what in the world is going on for this week. I wanted to have all 5 cards out because I wanted to be able to see the cards and like what is going on for the week as we go. Does that make sense? Anyways, let's just get to it. So Monday's card is Emotional Desert, and it is number 11, and it says inactivity and isolation. I don't know what in the world happened over the weekend, but I definitely feel that you might have mixed emotions about it, or you might be feeling very emotional about it. I am going to see what it says. It says number 50 and also 51 in the guidebook. And it says here that still, this card is not of doom and gloom. Even if you seem to have lost your energy, your enthusiasm, or your connections, take heart. Look to the future, the right side of this card, and you can see a beautiful oasis with lush trees and nurturing water. The message is clear. You still have the power to connect, produce, and create great value in your life. You may have to make some plans and put forth some effort, but you can finally break through this low vibration and choose to generate a powerful momentum of joy now. OMG. So this is saying that even if things didn't go your way over the weekend, even though you might be feeling a little bit off about it, all right, not to worry, because the goodness is coming. If you're going through a rough time right now with some kind of challenges, don't worry. There is light at the end of the tunnel. You can breathe a sigh of relief very, very soon. But until then, this is the time to really tune into your intuition. It's a time to really look inwards. Maybe that's the reason why that I was bringing up the Spiritual AF Life Library like I was, because maybe there's something inside of there that's really going to help you tune in with your intuition, because this is a time to really listen to yourself and not to other people on Monday, on today. And it's so funny too, because I think that, I have the Imagine Dragons concert, so I'm like, oh, okay. So like, is something going to happen? Or if I'm just not going to be in the mood for it, which can totally be the case as well. But just know that on Monday that you need to like reflect and go within. Don't make any big decisions. Tuesday's card is number 26, and it says conscious steps, considered action, looking forward. So it's almost like with the kind of the hermit kind of feeling, the inwards, the meditation, the like intuition is going to help you make the decisions for Tuesday so that you will know exactly what steps to go through. So as opposed to, just making quick decisions and things like that, and, just going with what everybody else says, and there might be a lot of energy around you, this is saying going ahead and looking within so that you know the next steps to take on Tuesday. Because on Tuesday, it's really going to be about that. I don't know why, but I just get this sense and this feeling that you're going to have to make decisions on Tuesday. And so if it's not on Tuesday, it's going to be this week So I would definitely keep that in the back of your mind that, okay, you're going to have to make those decisions, even small little baby steps, those kinds of things. I'm also feeling communication is really, really clear. So if you want to go ahead and like reach out to some people, get second opinions, those kind of stuff, you can totally have. And you can totally do that because I feel like the better that you can make this decision, the more confident, then the happier and the easier everything is going to be. Because for some reason, I keep on getting the sense of looking back and what they say about that. It's like looking back, looking in the review mirror. It's like hindsight's 2020. So we don't want that for you. But if you can go ahead and make sure that you are really, really strong within those decisions, then you will have less regret later on. You won't look back and be like, should I could have made a different decision? It's like, no, you did make the right decision. Okay. So I'm going to move on to Wednesday's card because I feel like the energy of this week kind of blends together. So it says here, animal totems on Wednesday. The really big reason why this is coming up is because they're talking about your pets. They're talking about your animals that are with you. Okay. So it says animal energy and powers. So first off, making sure that all of your pets are up to date on all of their shots, immunizations, are going to the vet, those kinds of things. I would also give some of your pets a little bit of extra love, a little extra attention and stuff like that. I don't really know how like the moon phases and all those kinds of things affect, animals and our pets, but I wonder if there's something that's really deeply affecting them. So this is going to be a time where, normally you might like leave the house for hours on end and go do something else. I don't know if that's going to be the best for your pet this week, especially on Wednesday. It's going to be a day to where it's going to be like staying home with them, chilling with them, just really making sure that they are okay moving forward. And then also too, I really do pick up to watch out for signs and symbols from animals out in the wild. So it means if you see a fox, if you see a deer, if you see a hawk, a crow, whatever it is that is your thing, and even if it is not your thing, then I want you to look up what those animals symbolize. And if you look online, you can see so many freaking things that they symbolize, right? If you look up deer, you're going to get like, oh, it means this and it means that, and it means this and it means that. And it's like, go with whatever resonates with you. All right. Go ahead and keep on looking at the symbolisms until you see one that you're like, that's me. That's it. Because spirit is trying to get you messages through animal symbolism, but sometimes it can be really tough. All right. Trying to get exactly what they want across. All right. So that's a reason why sometimes it's like your spirit guide is like standing next to you and is trying to get you to click or to read or to really notice the energy difference in certain words that you read across the screen than other words so that you know that that is your message. All right. So that's how you know if it resonates with you, that it is truly meant for you. Because what resonates with me may not resonate with somebody else because it's not meant for them. It's meant for me. Okay, so let's move on to Thursday's card. The wisdom of the Magi, and it says a mental clarity, and it is number 5. I don't know why, but it's almost like the SHIT that you've been going through at the beginning of this week is starting to clear up. So I don't know if you're just going through like a really rough time right now, your emotions all over the place, definitely get your hormones checked too, but I feel by the end of the week, you do have some kind of clarity. You have some answers, all right? You feel a little bit better about some of those decisions that you were making at the beginning of this week. I'm also seeing, I know it sounds kind of crazy. And if you see the card that I'm looking at right now, it's like that's a crystal ball. This is like a psychic. So I definitely feel like reaching out to your psychic mentor, learning about your psychic gifts, also going ahead, getting a psychic reading and those kinds of stuff. And that's another reason why that I wanted you guys on my email list so that you guys will know what's going on with me and my readings. Okay. So and definitely pay attention to that. Pay attention to that inner psychic. Pay attention to any kind of weird stuff that's happening, the coincidences and synchronicities and stuff like that, because they're trying to tell you what's on the horizon for you, like what's going to happen. And sometimes we can't really trust in our intuition sometimes or what our body is telling us because our bodies are going through a lot because they might be stressed or they might be emotional. And so what Thursday's card is saying to you is kind of like, relying on the signs, external signs, and one thing that's coming up for me is that story that I tell about how my mom was sick in the hospital and I seen the number 83 on a license plate and I was like, thank you, grandma. I know that's you because I assigned her that number, so I knew it was my grandmother. But instead of just being like, thanks, grandma, I know you're with mom, I was like, grandma, thank you. Now that I got your attention, Grams, okay, is mom going to live? Like, I really want to know if she is going to make it. Like I need to know just for my own well-being so I can prepare. And that's when I got off of the freeway and I was stopped at a red light, but it didn't matter. I couldn't go anyways because there was a funeral progression. And so that was my freaking answer. Like, what are the odds that there was a funeral happening right there in freaking front of me? And one part of the story that I always forget too was I was going north on the freaking highway when I needed to go south. I got on the wrong freaking entrance ramp. So me seeing the number 83 and then getting off and then seeing that funeral progression, it was like an accident because I had to get off so I could turn around and go south where I should have been going in the first place. So all those little things, like I just told you, is going to help you. So one more thing that I wanted to say that also might resonate a little bit or help you see how spirit is talking to you is my aunt was really, really sick, my Aunt Betty, and she was going through cancer treatments and she became cancer free. And then the doctors started acting really weird. I mean, like they were like, she's cancer free, but we're still doing PET scans. She's cancer free, but she's going to have brain surgery. Wait, no, she's not. Yes, she is. I don't know, man. Trying to get answers out of my aunt too. It was so hard. And I was like, man, I don't know what to do because I feel like I need to worry about something, but I don't know who I need to worry about or what I need to do. So me and my husband, we like to go to not funeral, sorry, grave sites, right? So cemeteries and stuff like that. And we like to honor people. And I like to, play little intuition games and, in a cemetery. And so we pulled up to one. My husband gets out of the car and I'm still sitting in the car and I'm praying and I look down and I just say, Spirit, please, please send me the name of the person in my family who is going to be the next to pass away. I am not asking you for this because of any other reason other than I just want to prepare myself and also help prepare my family for them going. So I took a deep breath, thanked Spirit, and I looked up and I swear, right to my slight left, there was this big giant tombstone, if you will, right, that had the word Betty. And that was my Aunt Betty. And my Aunt Betty did pass away. She passed away about, I think, a couple months after that. She lied to us. The cancer had never been gone. That's the reason why that it acted all weird about like what the freaking doctors were saying. But I'm not saying that you need to go ahead and find out who in your family is going to pass away again. But I'm just saying you can talk back to those signs. Go ahead and ease your fears, ease your pain. Like, is this going to work out? Is that going to work out? Are my bills literally going to get paid this month? You could go ahead and you can try different things like that to see how they talk to you. All right. So ooh, I loving this card. This is a Friday's card and it is number 8 and it is teacher and it says learning a new path. So you have got to check the schedule for the Spiritual AF Academy. All right. Because I just want you to check it out to see if you can join us because this is going to be one of those times where it's like you are going to meant to be there with us during our live events. And if you're part of the academy, you know this too, because when we do our circles, we bring in people's past loved ones, past pets, all those kinds of situations. And so there might be a message waiting for you and during one of these circles or something that you really need to hear to help you out. Now, at the very least, this is going to be more learning opportunities, teachers, things like that. Like if you have been drawn to learn from somebody, you need to do it. So whether that's going to be, I don't know why real estate keeps on coming up. So if you're selling things or if you're looking to get into real estate, this might be your sign to go ahead and get that mentor. But you need to work with someone, you need to learn with somebody. All right. So definitely mentor, definitely teachings, things like that. I don't know why, but I'm also seeing a book too. So if you are wanting to write a book, reach out to somebody who has written a book. All right. So that you can get some more insight, binge freaking YouTube videos, those kinds of stuff. But I definitely feel like on Friday, there's like this newness of trying to understand something. So even if like somebody in your family has been diagnosed with something recently that you don't really understand, this is going to be your sign to learn a little bit more about that. Like I know that I became like a lung cancer specialist, basically when my mom was sick with it, so it's like kind of like doing something like that to where it's like you're learning and growing to help you with your situation that you're currently in. All right. Because you might find little tidbits and little things like that that's really, really going to help you out and just going to make you feel a lot better with life. All right. So all together, I will have to say that I see a lot of yellow in this week, and I'm just going to show you the cards for this week. I don't know why, but I just feel like a lot of yellow, and that's just going to symbolize confidence, also creativity as well. So if you could get outside of your own mind and in some creative endeavors, it's going to help out so much with your everything. All right. All right. Well, I hope that you have loved this reading. And if you want to get reminded of every single card and what they stand for the day, make sure that you go over to my Facebook, because every single day I will be posting those cards there. All right. Well, I hope that you have a great week, and I will talk to you soon.
Thanks for tuning in to the Spiritual AF Life podcast. You'll find all the links to resources and more in the show notes. Make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss out on the incredible episodes that are coming up.